This is a Canyon Grizzle, a mid-level aluminum gravel bike that retails for $1,600. And I want to see how much we can improve this bike by changing just one thing. So today we're gonna swap out these stock, heavy $400 wheels for a pair of high-performance Forge and Bond gravel wheels that retail for $2,200. To see how this upgrade actually changes the experience of the ride, and ultimately find out if this is an upgrade that's actually worth doing. This bike is perfect for this experiment. For all intents and purposes, this is a legit complete bike. But I do happen to know that these wheels are holding it back. The biggest factor being that they're heavy, which means there's a lot of rotational weight. What this means is it takes more of our energy and effort to get these wheels up to speed. It also takes more energy and effort to slow these wheels down, meaning a lighter wheel is less work to ride. Getting tired just looking at it. Wheels also play a major role in the overall ride feel and handling of the bicycle. I mean, it's like 50% of the bike is wheel. So let's take this thing for a quick spin to get a feel for how this thing is set up in its current state. For tires on this rig, we have a tubeless setup of a 700 by 50 in the front and a 700 by 45 in the back. Don't ask me why. I was young, everybody was experimenting. It was just a different time. Yeah, I feel like these wheels feel soft. It's just a little slow in the uptake, which isn't a big deal, but it does make me think about those little efforts built up over time. You do one push-up, whatever. You do 100 push-ups, okay. But if this was your only bike, you would get used to it. They're a little heavy, they're strong, they're boaty, they're soggy, they're loggy. They're just what they need to be. They're not the worst for descending though. You just gotta get them up the hill. Are you looking for an instant disadvantage in the dirt? Try gravel bikes. We've been having a bit of a heat wave here in Portland. Look at how courteous it is. Please enjoy our water drinking and misting station. The elixir of God runs freely in Oregon. Tastes like hose. Now that we've got our baseline, let's swap these wheels out for some hopefully game-changing results. And we're gonna upgrade to Forge and Bond's gravel wheels. They're a 25mm internal width, made in the USA, out of fusion fiber. This entire wheel is completely recyclable. It's got Industry 9 hubs, and this is the perfect wheel to upgrade to. In the name of science, we're gonna keep the exact same tires that are on this wheel set and the exact same cassette from this wheel set. We're swapping everything over. Wish me luck. Okay, do I need a pliers to start with? The stock wheels fully set up. Tubes, sealant, cassette, brakes, everything on it. Together, they weigh 9 pounds, 0.5 ounces. Quick weigh-in, Forge and Bond, fusion fiber, wheels, nothing on them except for the valve cores. They weigh in at 3 pounds, 0.3 ounces. That's like 1.5 pounds a wheel. Oh, wow. In case you're wondering, this cassette has 11 speeds. It goes from 36 on the big all the way down to 11 in the little. Always easier to work with gravity. Mounting the tires always the hardest part. I tend to start at the valve and work my way down to the bottom of the wheel. Kind of going inch by inch. And then when you get down there, you just roll over the edges, a little bit at a time. And then you get it. Try and get it in the middle, the channel of the rim. Down, 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 down. Edge, edge. And you gotta put some muscle into it. There we go. rotate it on the side to get the sealant into all these little seams. Because when the tire sits upright, it's not necessarily getting into all these parts, especially in the very beginning. I always love it when wheel companies do this. The valve cap also works as a valve core remover, so you don't have to go looking for an extra tool. It's just always with the wheel, as it should be. I'm gonna set these guys up to about 35 PSI. Let's see how much these stock DT Swiss wheels weigh, all on their own, in the buff, in the nude. Very interesting. What do you think this is gonna be, huh? What do you predict? With the valves, they weigh almost exactly 1 pound more. 4 pounds, 0.07 ounces. Forge and Bond, fully built up wheels. Let's see what these come in at. 7 pounds, 15 ounces. So essentially, it's 1 pound less than the finished weight of the stock wheels, which were 9 pounds, 0.05 ounces. Spend $2,000, save 1 pound. On paper, that sounds ridiculous. But we are cyclists. Well, a pound difference may not seem like much, but the real barometer for this test is how it actually feels on a ride. Moment of truth. Initially, I was convinced that this was gonna make a massive ride improvement on this bike, but at this point, I'm not quite sure if that's going to be true. In fact, I'm a little nervous that it might not be true. The only way to find out is to ride it, but at this point, I'm not sure which way this is gonna go. At least it won't be worse. Okay, that didn't take long. Whoa, interesting. This is what I was thinking. Wow, right away. The bike feels brighter, lighter, snappier, more responsive. It just feels like leveled up. This feels like what I want all my bikes to feel like. Fascinating. Yeah, even with these big ass tires on here, this bike is instantly leveled up. Who cares about the 1 pound? I would add a pound for the way that this feels now. I might even add 2. Climbing, it's less slog to bog, just feels quicker. I mean, don't get me wrong, climbing always kind of sucks, but if we can get less levels of suck, I think then we're on the right track. Okay, we're gonna drop a little pressure. The way I tell if I have enough pressure, it's all feel. I'll just squish down on the tire with the heel of my hand and determine how hard that is. And then let a little air out, keep pushing, and you'll just feel the difference. And when it feels soft enough, go with that. But experiment. It's a complete and exact science. The main thing is just don't go to the rim. That's your limit. And take it to the limit one more time. I can't believe how big of a difference these wheels make. Can you sign my manifest? Fixed gear crew on this? Wow. I'm telling you, it's kind of insane. They thought I was crazy. They're crazy. While I may not know the technical gains of the wheels on this bike, I do know that the ride experience is completely transformed. It's better, it's more fun, it feels brighter, lighter. It feels like I'm on a high performance machine. And that's just fun. A lot of this boils down to the rim. And if you're super savvy, you can take your existing wheel set and have it rebuilt on a carbon or fusion fiber rim. All right, I'm convinced. This wheel set retails for $600 more than the complete bike, which is a lot of money. But what that does Upgrading your wheels is the most unglamorous, expensive, annoying thing you can do to your bike that's going to have the biggest impact on the ride feel, performance, and overall vibe of your ride. Is this necessary? Absolutely not. Do you think it's worth the upgrade? I now believe that upgrading the wheels is the single most impactful thing you can do to your bike. And think of it this way. If you're spending more than 10 hours a week on your bike, I highly suggest considering upgrading the wheels to the best wheels that you can possibly afford. It's going to make a difference. But what do you think? Have you ever upgraded your wheels? Did you notice a difference? Let us know. I did not think that 1 pound difference between the two wheel sets would have such a dramatic effect on the ride quality of this bike. It went from this to this. Yeah. Okay, this is interesting, a little pseudoscience, food for thought. I did the same route 2 days in a row. Yesterday with the low end wheels, today with the high end wheels. And my wattage output is different between the 2 days. Yesterday, it was 153 average watts. Today, it was 140 average watts. I mean, that tells me I had to work harder yesterday to haul those heavy wheels around than I did today with these lighter wheels. And this was a short ride. But imagine that over a big day or several days. It's gonna add up. And that just tells me that higher end wheels are more efficient. Price aside, it's just the facts, man. I'll put a link to my Strava account down below so you can cross-reference my pseudoscience. Who's here for the pseudoscience?
Now,
check out this video where I break down the Canyon Grizzle. We put it through the paces and get the results. And I'm telling you, they are good. Spoiler alert. I'm very good at these, huh?